So you've been diagnosed with PCOS. You've been told it's the reason you're not getting pregnant. You've been told lose weight, take metformin, or that IVF is your only option. Feels like a life sentence and that you have no control over your fertility plan. What if I told you that women with PCOS often have a very high egg count and that with the right approach, you can have some of the best fertility potential of anyone? Hi there, I'm Dr. Gina, and in this video, I'm cutting through the confusion, and I want to give you 3 things to absolutely focus on to manage PCOS and to help you to get pregnant naturally. Let's talk about the problem here. PCOS stands for polycystic ovarian syndrome, but the name it's very misleading. It's not really a problem of cyst on your ovaries. The cysts are actually just immature follicles that haven't been able to ovulate. PCOS is not a reproductive problem at its core. It's a metabolic problem. It's a problem of hormonal miscommunication driven primarily by insulin resistance and inflammation. And when you get that diagnosis, it is easy to feel broken. But I want you to see it differently. Your body is not broken. It's just highly sensitive to a modern diet and our lifestyle. And because it's a metabolic issue, it means you have an incredible amount of power to change that through diet and lifestyle and herbal support. You are not broken, you are sensitive, and that can be your strength. Let's talk about focus number 1. We have to master blood sugar. This is the most critical point. If you do nothing else, do this. For about 70% of women with PCOS, the root cause is insulin resistance. This means your cells are numb to the effects of insulin, so your body has to pump more and more out to get the job done. This excess insulin is what causes all or most of the problems. It tells your ovaries to produce more testosterone, which disrupts ovulation. It causes inflammation in the body, which damages egg quality. It leads to weight gain, especially around the middle area. You cannot manage PCOS without managing your blood sugar. This means radically changing your diet. You must eliminate sugar and refined carbohydrates. I know it sounds mean, but I promise you, once you start doing it, your body and even your taste buds begin to shift and you get into a better, healthier pattern. Every meal needs to be built around protein, healthy fat, and fiber. This is not optional. It is the medicine. This is the most important thing that you can do for yourself and to improve your chances of conceiving and having a healthy baby. So let's talk about focus number 2. So we have to address the hormonal consequences. So focus 2 is to lower your androgens. Androgens are male hormones like testosterone, and in PCOS, they're often elevated. So this is what can cause symptoms like acne, and oftentimes around this area, or hair loss on your head, or unwanted hair growth on your face. And this is usually in this area and on your body. So high androgens are also what stop your follicles from maturing properly, leading to irregular or absent ovulation, and usually irregular menstrual cycles as well. So it's really frustrating, especially with clients that I'm working with that are saying, I don't even know if I'm ovulating. I don't even know when to take tests. We'll talk about that, and I address that in some of my other videos too. If you have a question about tracking ovulation, or if you've got PCOS and you have a specific question, drop it below. I read all the questions and I answer them personally. How do we lower them? First, by fixing your blood sugar, as we just discussed. High insulin is the main driver of high androgens. Second, by supporting your body's detoxification pathways. Your liver is responsible for clearing out excess hormones. We can support it with foods like broccoli and cauliflower, steamed, not eaten raw, and by reducing our exposure to environmental toxins. So I go over this with a lens of traditional Chinese medicine. And I am Dr. Gina Terinoni. I've helped over 2,000 women and couples to get pregnant and have healthy babies, I created my egg quality method, and it's a very supportive course where you have to identify your primary fertility pattern first. Now, with PCOS, that is usually in Chinese medicine going to translate to spleen dampness, and there's probably a spleen deficiency or blood deficiency in there as well. There can be layered patterns. I don't want you to get confused with that. I go over all of it in my egg quality method. The first step is taking the quiz that's built into that course. Once you get your results, then you follow that specific track for all the exactly what to do regarding specific foods. There's recipes. I talk about supplements, but with heavy emphasis on specific herbal medicines that are helpful for PCOS. So managing blood sugar and supporting detoxification, that requires a plan. This is how we do that. And like I said, I've got detailed meal plans and food lists that are very specific for women. In Chinese medicine, it's called dampness, so you might want to take note with that. And then also, it'll help stabilize blood sugar and it lowers inflammation. That whole program is for lowering inflammation. And then you get to join my free community as well with other things going on. So if that's something you're interested in, then comment the word bloom below and I'll send you the link just so you can learn more information about it. If it sounds good, do it. Focus number 3. So focus 3, we have to support ovulation, which gets tricky because it's probably irregular at this point. But once you manage your blood sugar and you start to lower your androgens, your body can finally get the hormonal signal to ovulate. But sometimes it needs a little extra support. This is where certain supplements and herbal medicines are incredibly helpful. And so you're probably more familiar with supplements like myo-inositol as a star player for PCOS. It's been shown in studies to improve insulin sensitivity, lower androgens, and promote regular ovulation. NAC, which I've talked about this before in some of the other videos, is also fantastic for reducing inflammation and supporting egg quality in women with PCOS. I don't want to go down an entire list because I don't want you to buy all the things. It's really important to see what your body specifically needs. All of this information is in the egg quality method. It's the perfect jumpstart. It's super affordable. PCOS, it is not one size fits all. And that's what I want to avoid. You thinking that and just going out and buying all the things. But it's really important that I walk through. Sometimes women with PCOS they've got dampness, but they may also have blood stasis. So in that case, we would want to eat foods and take herbal medicines that are more specific for blood stasis. Some women just have dampness. So that's why I don't say everybody should take this one or these 2 things and that's it, because that is not the case. It's not a natural way for me to recommend things anyway. There's different types or phenotypes. So some women have high androgens, some don't. Some are overweight, some are lean. Everybody assumes, especially people that don't have PCOS, everybody assumes that women with PCOS are overweight. And it simply isn't true. So the right approach for you really depends on your specific presentation. Like I said earlier, drop me a comment below and I can try to help you or point you in the right direction for clarity. I have a lot of videos on PCOS and also with dampness and what that means in the body. So if that's something you're interested in, message me below. And also, if you want the free quiz, take the quiz without everything in the course is telling you exactly what or how to improve PCOS symptoms and how that translates as dampness. It'll have you understand your specific type of imbalance so you can use the right foods, supplements, herbal medicines. And I also have some acupressure points in there, and then I have a yoga pose per each pattern in there. I know PCOS and this diagnosis can feel devastating, but I want you to reframe it. Women with PCOS often have a very high ovarian reserve. You have a wealth of eggs. The challenge isn't a lack of eggs. It's helping them to mature and to ovulate. We can do this. So this is fixable. Unlike other fertility issues, PCOS is highly responsive to changing the diet. And sometimes people think, oh, I'm going to eat healthier. I'm going to do this. In the egg quality method I go over, it's not just about which foods to eat. It's how do we cook them? What time of day do we eat them? And it sounds complicated. It's not. I write everything out. And I talk about this in other videos as well. You have so much power to influence your outcome. And when you learn to work with your body's sensitivity, instead of fighting against it or just feeling bad about yourself, that is not at all what this is about. You can not only get pregnant when we take a different approach or a different strategy, but you can resolve other symptoms of PCOS and start feeling much better than you ever have before in your life. If you're ready to stop feeling frustrated by PCOS and start taking strategic action, I invite you to join my Egg Quality Method course. Comment Bloom below. It's a complete roadmap for managing PCOS for fertility. You get the quiz, you get PCOS-specific meal plan that helps you master blood sugar. And then I go into a little bit of the supplement guides like myo-inositol, NAC, and other key nutrients. I go extensively into herbal medicine with exactly which formulas help to remove or drain dampness out of the body, which is the traditional Chinese medicine lens of what PCOS can show up as. And it really helps you to build a 90-day strategy to help regulate your cycle and promote ovulation. And then you get lifetime access. You're in a free community in there. If you want to participate, you're welcome to. So it's your step-by-step plan. Take control of your PCOS. It's just $27 at the time of this recording. I don't know when you're watching this, but I would grab it before that pricing eventually goes up. Comment Bloom below. You're not broken. You're powerful. And once you're given clarity, you get started right away and you save so much time and you don't have to keep Googling online anymore. You'll feel completely supported. So I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. I'm Dr. Gina.